to it. Hope everyone is doing well. I hope everyone is having a great trading year thus far. Has had a great start off to the new year. Wanted to break down my Apple trade today. It's been a while since I've given a little bit of a trade recap. I do it daily and weekly recaps, for the Discord, but I kind of want to start getting back into this a little bit. Like I said, I'm very big on quality over quantity, and I always want to give you guys stuff that's actually educational, instead of just saying, "Hey, look at the P&L." That's just not how I am. But today, I feel like it was a really good lesson here in today's trade on Apple. And like I said, for the fun of it, right? Let's just do a trade recap together. So hope everyone's doing well. Once again, thank you for the love and support. Don't forget to like and subscribe. All right, let's get into it. So as always, right, I'm gonna start on the higher time frame, right? That's just how I am. Actually, let me go to my weekly levels only. Okay, cool. So I was actually very excited for this trade today on Apple. And when you trade for a while and you come into the market, during pre-market, you kind of already know, like, yeah, this is setting up. This is going to be a big setup. I think I speak for a lot of folks when I say that, right? Like during pre-market, if it's going to be a good session or a bad session, but it's our job to react, not predict. So coming into today, for us, I was telling the Discord, hey guys, 247.30 is our key level to watch here. This is a break of structure level. If we fall under this, we are now bearish bias, right? We got our higher high, right? And then we've been defending this this level very well. If we fall under this, this is a break of structure, right? It's a break of structure. So that was something that I was watching here today on Apple. It's like, okay, it's either going to be a break and retest over 247.30, because if we're above that, we're bullish bias, right? It's just a dip. And if we break under that, we're break of structure, we're bearish bias. And something that I've noticed about Apple is, as I always say, the trend is your friend and the dip is your best friend. So we have been pulling back. We have been pulling back, but on a technical standpoint, as long as we were above 247.30, we're bullish bias, and we were just looking for pullback long entries. And we were actually cashing out, right? Playing pullback longs on Apple. It's been a really great month thus far. But today was the first time in a long time, actually, since I've shorted Apple. And why? It's because it broke structure. So I was really watching this thing. My eyes were glued to this, and I was like, okay, if we can get this, I like it. And you can see wicks do the damage, body tells the story. So, on the intraday, we did end up closing slightly above. You can see here, 247.65, slightly above. But it's been defended very well. Resistance turned into support. So that was the game plan coming into today, right? We're either going to go long off of 247.30, or we're going to go short off of 247.30. Now, let's go here into the intraday, and it was something that I really, really liked. And why I took this trade is I'm noticing, all right, cool, Qs and SPYs rallying to the upside. Yesterday was just a nice pullback day for the overall market, because we're still very bullish bias on the overall market, of course. We're trending to the upside. But I'm noticing, okay, all our tech names today are rallying to the upside. And my main watch was NVIDIA and Apple. And what really got me intrigued on this trade was, oh yeah, Qs and SPY are pushing and Apple is not. I love this. I love this. I love this. And it's a great example on, you got to know how to read, the overall market and make comparisons and, find the correlations. The list goes on. Because either way, if you would have went long or short off this level, you would have been correct, right? You ended up getting the break, slight pullback, retest, you got to push into the high day. It sets up again. We end up breaking through the lower day here, and it ends up continuing lower, as you can see. So either way, you would have been right. But coming into today, right, we ended up taking this trade very early in the morning. It was a quick work day. So this, I was intrigued, right? What do you notice here? Good displacement. The bigger the displacement, the better. So we ended up getting that. This was our retest candle here. Buyer stepped up, wicks do the damage, body tells the story. So when this was playing out in real time, and of course I'm going to add the live trade after this video, I'm saying, hey guys, this is still retesting, right? Even though price did push above here, and at one point this was a green bullish candle, wicks do the damage, body tells the story. And we did really, really good holding our water, being patient, waiting for the sellers to kick in, and I entered right on the dot where I saw a strong momentum come in. And I believe, there's no such thing as a perfect buy or perfect sell, but today was just on the dot. So keep in mind, at this time, when we took this trade, the lower day was the only thing we had to target. And we ended up waiting, right? This candle closed, and as soon as this momentum candle kicked in, this red bearish one, I ended up going short, and we got this rip through the lower day, beautiful sell, and then we ended up, pulling back, flirting with a little bit. Sellers did try and hold, stay in control, so it would have been solid. Ended up, right, giving up, and then of course this was the better trade around 8:30, just because now we have a lower day to target. But during that time, right, we were playing the momentum, we were playing the break and retest, we were spotting relative weakness compared to the overall market. It was a beautiful trade all around. It was a beautiful trade all around. So just kind of wanted to break this down, right? Why I took this trade, and then as always, my entries and my exits. As I always say, right, I'm never going to be the trader who sets profit targets and scale out of their position. And during this time, we approached this lower day, and I'm saying to myself, okay, cool. If we can rip through this lower day, this thing can really flush to the downside. It can really, really flush to the downside. As you know, statistically speaking, if price breaks through the lower day, it's more likely to continue lower. But I understood the conditions and I knew not to get greedy. And once we broke through this and I got this strong momentum push, and keep in mind, right, this is Apple. These contracts moved very, very well. This is Apple. You can see here on the trade, ended up making 3,200 within barely a minute. These contracts move very well. And, when the delta is like around 30, low 40s. I don't even touch it. So I ended up playing at the money cons on Apple. And it was a solid trade, right? We ended up getting that rip through the lower day. I understood market conditions, not to be greedy, and I sold into this lower day push, which was, in my opinion, at that time, a perfect sell. And the reason, right, the reason I ended up holding on to this trade is because I didn't have the overall market in my favor, right? It was a great trade to enter once I saw a strong seller step in. But the way I manage my trades and hold my trades, it really depends on the market itself. And once I saw the market starting to really rip and we started to stall a little bit, I said, yep, I'm out of here. A quick work day. I got stuff to do. So I ended up selling that for a great win. Everyone caught that. It was a super, super solid day. So far, been a great week, great month, like I said. Um, so going into tomorrow, really same thing here, right? I'll even give you guys a little bit of a quick breakdown here on Apple just for yourself going into tomorrow. Your key level here to watch is going to be 247.30. If you're above it, you're bullish bias. If you're under it, you're bearish bias. For me, the A plus shot on Apple, I mean, every trade that I take, believe is an A plus shot. Like I said, 8 times out of 10, right, I'm going to win my trade. I know that. But you want to trade with the overall time frame. So something that I'm noticing here on Apple is my 244.75. And I'm looking to short under this. Now, what do you notice? We pull back, buyer step up. Today, still lower day. Yesterday was the lower day, which to the damage body tells the story. So every time we pull back here, right, buyers are stepping up, pushing this thing up off of 244.75. Now, I'm not looking to go long off of 244.75. Why? Because if I'm under 247.30, I'm bearish bias. So if Apple can give this up, this thing can really melt to the downside. So I will be watching this again tomorrow, and we'll see what sets up. So once again, thank you guys for the love, support. Enjoy the live trade at the end of this, and I will see you guys on the next one. To the downside, 247.50 puts. It's pretty much at the money. Just got to wait for more displacement here. Yeah, I'm definitely looking for Apple here. More displacement, the better. I'm looking at Tesla too, so just need a deeper pullback here on Apple. And we got to see strong seller step in because it could just be a squeeze. Right now, it's kind of moving with Qs. I want to see if this candle can close. I'm looking at the puts here. I got my cons ready. Oh, I like for this candle to close. There's too many strong buyers I'm seeing here. Still retesting though, technically. So 247.50 puts. It's at the money cons. Qs and SPYs pulling back. It's actually a little divergence here on Apple to the upside. It's why we wait for the retest. Because like I said, if that didn't hold, it's pretty much a squeeze. It's pretty much a squeeze, but I'm waiting to see. Yeah, I'm seeing a little bit of relative strength here actually on Apple. Cons are still ready. Fingers on the trigger, just reading this. This is still a play, a very big play. That sets up. Okay, no trade on Apple. Out our water. Still being patient. If Tesla can set up too, I really do like Tesla as well. If Apple is too wicky, might have to skip this and just kind of wait. Let's see what sets up. I'm looking at Tesla too, guys. It's Wednesday. It'd be 425 calls on Tesla. That sets up. Just trying to read this price action here on Apple. The market's rallying right now. Still reading Apple, guys. I'm short Apple. It's worth the risk. I'm short Apple. Saw some relative weakness there. Nice. I'm being cautious into this lower day. I just don't want to get a lower day bounce. Nice. Oh my gosh. Oh my. Oh my. What a trade, guys. What a trade. I'm out of there. I got out there. This thing still looks good, but I know Apple moves super slow in the underline. Please tell me you guys caught that. If you're still in, it's still a good place to sell. Please tell me you guys caught that. Nice. What a trade. Bro, the patience on that, crazy. Crazy.